Some miracles don't announce themselves with thunder. Some arrive quietly, in the most ordinary places. This is the story of Sarah Mitchell, a single mother from Portland, Oregon, and the stranger who paid for more than just her coffee. What happened that November evening would challenge everything she thought she knew about coincidence and grace. 3 weeks. That's all the time Sarah had before losing her apartment. The eviction notice sat on her kitchen table like a death sentence. Medical bills from her daughter Emma's surgery had drained everything. She'd sold her car, borrowed from family until they had nothing left to give, worked double shifts until her body gave out. But it wasn't enough. It was never enough. November 17, 2019, 6:47 p.m. Sarah checked her bank account one more time. $4.73. That's what stood between her daughter and homelessness. She needed a miracle, but she'd stopped believing in those a long time ago. She was walking home from another failed job interview when the rain started. Not the gentle kind. The kind that soaks you to your soul. And then, she saw it. Mercy Street Coffee. The place where she used to write before life got hard. She knew she shouldn't. $4 wouldn't change anything. But something, call it exhaustion, call it desperation, made her walk through that door anyway. Just one coffee. One moment of warmth before facing the cold reality waiting at home. The warmth hit her like a memory. Cinnamon, fresh coffee, the sound of milk steaming. For just a moment, she could pretend everything was okay. There was only one person ahead of her in line. An older man, silver hair, worn jacket. Nothing remarkable. Nothing except his eyes. When he glanced back at her, Sarah felt something strange. Recognition. But she'd never seen him before in her life. He ordered a black coffee. And then, he did something strange. He leaned toward the barista and whispered something. Then he placed a folded bill on the counter, nodded, and walked toward the door. Sarah barely noticed. She was too busy counting coins in her palm, doing the math on what she could actually afford. Just a small coffee, please. Her voice barely above a whisper. The barista smiled. And then she said something that made Sarah's heart stop. Your order's been paid for. The gentleman ahead of you took care of it. Sarah blinked. I'm sorry, what? The barista's smile grew wider. He didn't just pay for your coffee. He left this. She slid a white envelope across the counter. No name. No address. Sarah's hands shook as she opened it. $2,000. In cash. 20s and 50s, neatly folded. The exact amount, to the dollar, that she needed for rent. Sarah spun around. The man, where was he? She ran to the door, burst out into the rain, head whipping left and right. He was gone. The street was empty. No cars pulling away. No footsteps. No figure disappearing into the rain. Just absence. As if he'd never existed at all. She stood there in the rain, clutching that envelope, and for the first time in months, Sarah Mitchell prayed. Who was he? She whispered into the storm. But deep down, she already knew. Some questions don't need answers. Back inside, she sat down, counted the money again. It was real, and then she saw it. A small piece of paper, folded at the bottom of the envelope. She unfolded it. The handwriting was beautiful, and it said, "You were never forgotten." Sarah sat in that coffee shop and wept. Not from despair this time. From recognition. From being seen. From being found. She paid her rent the next morning. The landlord tore up the eviction notice right in front of her. Sarah and Emma stayed in their home. But the real miracle wasn't the money. It was the message. In her darkest moment, when she'd given up on everything, she wasn't alone. She'd never been alone. Sarah returned to Mercy Street Coffee every week after that. Not to find the stranger. She knew she wouldn't. She returned to be the stranger. To pay for orders. To leave envelopes. To pass on what she'd been given. I requested the security footage from that night. The owner showed it to me. You can see him clearly. Ordering. Paying. Walking to the door. But here's what you can't see. Him leaving. One frame he's at the door. The next frame, the street is empty. No footsteps. No figure. No one. The barista said she'd never seen him before that night. Or after. He came. He gave. He vanished. Maybe he was just a kind stranger. Maybe he was something more. But Sarah knows what she believes. Sometimes God doesn't send thunder. Sometimes he sends a stranger with an envelope. And sometimes, that's all the proof you need.